Hello there again. Welcome to my first episode of Kaiju Codex. In these videos, I will select one kaiju from any form of media and then analyze it from a list of criteria. At the end, I will give it a ranking from rank F to rank S. These type of videos will most likely make up most of the content of my channel, and so I figured I'd start with a pretty easy one. So let's get started with our first kaiju, the Giant Gila Monster. Kaiju type. The Giant Gila Monster is a reptilian kaiju that hails from an American movie from the late 1950s of the same name. It is also based on the animal of the same name, the Gila Monster. Agenda. Based on its destructive nature and carnivorous appetite, this kaiju is placed in the Destroyer's agenda. During the film, the kaiju caused several car wrecks, one in particular ending in an explosion, bashing through a solid wall, causing a train to crash into a ravine after weakening a bridge, and then devouring most of the people involved with the accidents. Size. The Giant Gila Monster is fairly small for being a kaiju, though it measures out to be roughly 70 feet long, which is nearly as long as an adult blue whale. Though getting an accurate read on its size from its film is hard to do with such a loose set of scale. From the average weight of the blue whale being around 200 tons, we can estimate that the Giant Gila Monster weighs somewhere between 150 and 200 tons. Possibly closer to the latter, considering that Gila monsters are naturally chunky reptiles. Its massive size allowed the Gila monster to force its way through solid walls, collapse bridges, and easily bat vehicles off the road from simply throwing its weight around. Pokemon Cry. Physiology. Now, the Giant Gila Monster is exactly what its name suggests. It is just an extremely large Gila monster. Being a massive lizard, though, it is covered in thick, leathery scales. These scales seem to be thick enough to protect it from head-on collisions with vehicles, burning rubble, and small arms fire, but not explosions. Also being a lizard, its limbs end in massive claws. While these claws may not be suitable for kaiju combat, they easily allow the Giant Gila Monster to drag its hefty body around. They can also easily allow it to dig, even burrow, and climb if it were to find anything strong enough to support its massive weight. Its thick head holds its large jaws lined with its venomous bite. The bite of a normal Gila monster is a hemotoxin that can cause excruciating pain, edema, and a sudden drop in blood pressure. Reports have also noted some bites result in limb paralysis, lethargy, and hypothermia in certain subjects. Despite all of this and having what is reported as possibly the most painful venomous bite of all vertebrates, no human fatalities from Gila monster bites can be found. Now, while the Giant Gila monster's venom is arguably much stronger and would certainly result in the death of a human if it somehow survived the initial bite, it probably would not hold up very well as an actual weapon in kaiju combat. We could easily assume then, even though its venom has a list of nasty side effects that could last for several days, it would be little more than a deterrent against other giant monsters. Probably not even affecting creatures that are far outside its size range, or ones with hardy constitutions. Special qualities and abilities. The Giant Gila Monster does not seem to possess any unusual powers outside its enlarged body and possibly empowered venom. Though there is one possibility. In this scene from the film, we can see a man, Mr. Compton, driving his fuel truck back from filling her up. It cuts to the giant Gila monster that flicks its tongue and hisses. Mr. Compton then screams and clutches his eyes, causing him to drive off the road, topple over, and then combust. It is somewhat unclear what was going on in this scene, but it seems to imply that the Gila monster is capable of flicking its venom with deadly accuracy and speed. If it was able to accurately flick its venom through a rolled down window into a person's eyes while they were driving a moving car, then this brings a new card to the table for the giant Gila monster. With this ability, the Gila monster could easily blind a stronger aggressor, allowing the giant Gila monster to either scurry away or ensure it can place an envenoming bite to an available weak spot. I am willing to give the giant Gila monster the benefit of the doubt, granting this kaiju the projectile venom special ability. After going over the analysis of the giant Gila monster, I must award it the rank of F. Its design is plain, its capabilities minimal, and special qualities are almost non-existent. But this does not mean this is a bad kaiju. Even though this little guy probably won't be winning any monster rumbles or be expected to grace the big screen anytime soon, it is still a kaiju. After all, for some monsters to be given the gold medal that is S rank, someone has to take home bronze. Now for a little extra trivia. The lizard used for the filming of the giant Gila monster was not actually a Gila monster. It was a bearded Mexican dragon. The bearded Mexican dragon is the second native venomous lizard to North America. It looks eerily similar to a Gila monster, though slightly larger and with duller coloring. The film, The Giant Gila Monster, appeared in an episode of the show Mystery Science Theater 3000 and Cinema Insomnia. The giant Gila monster, the monster, appeared in an episode of the animated series Godzilla the Series, titled Freak Show, as part of a circus of giant monsters. This makes the giant Gila monster the only monster to appear in the show that was not an original creation by the TriStar crew. As well, it makes it the second of Godzilla's enemies to be an pre-existent American movie monster, behind King Kong. In 2012, a made-for-TV remake called Gila was made using a CGI rendered lizard instead of a live one. Well, thank you all for watching my video. If you enjoyed my content, please make sure to subscribe and stay tuned for future videos. Until next time, see you later.